Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I love listening to you. So one of the things I heard was solid partnership and showing up. So showing up is like this is how I'm thinking. To create a solid partnership, showing up is probably one of the most important ingredients in that recipe. And showing up, what does that look like? Sometimes I'm showing up in my pajamas. Sometimes I'm showing up in full outfits. Sometimes I show up just with a pat on the back. Sometimes I show up being the expert. There's so many ways of showing up. Sometimes I show up maybe just to listen. But showing up helps someone feel that you're not alone. And I think that's how we create solid partnerships. Okay, so it's Wednesday. So on Wednesday mornings, we start with wisdom from others, learning from others that have traveled before us. And for now, I'm using the experiences of Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese monk. And I'm reading on page 151 if someone has the book. Your true person. Often we live a life of compromise so that there's peace in the house. We buy a small piece so that we can get through the day. And if we live like that, then we aren't a great person, but a cracked vase, unable to contain the rice soup. If we want to be a great Dharma instrument, then we have to be determined not to let other people trick us. The true person doesn't go looking for an outside master. We are in charge of our own destiny, and we have to be responsible for each of our words, thoughts, and actions. Mindfulness will help. Then we realized, I'm thinking like this. I'm responsible for these thoughts. I've spoken like that. I'm responsible for my words. I'm doing this, and I'm responsible for this action. We have to know that each word, each thought, each of our actions carries our signature. We are responsible for it, and that is called being in charge of ourselves. Okay, so with those words in mind, let's move to the physical practice, and then I will read the paragraph again, and then we'll have the seated meditation. So finding you sitting up tall, finding the pit of the belly. So my teacher talks about the pit of the belly. If you place your hand on your lower belly, and then imagine a point maybe 2 inches below the navel, and then you go inside, right in front of the spine, that's the pit of the belly. And then imagine how the pit of the belly goes in and up, and that gives you internal support, and helps lengthen the spine. If I'm going to be the master of my own destiny, internal support is useful. And then if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your feet, lifting the toes, lifting the heels, reminding ourselves of the connection to earth. In times of, we are in the holiday times, it can be stressful. We're supposed to be happy. There might be sadness, disappointment, so many emotions. And we sometimes, in these times, we lose connection to earth. And that feels scary. It's scary. So one way to remind ourselves that we are always connected to earth, even if it doesn't feel like it, is to bring your awareness back to your feet, lift the toes, lift the heels. I'm connected to earth. I'm connected to earth. Someone put me here on earth for a reason. I have the right and responsibility to be me. And then if you want to, you can bring your awareness up to your sitting bones. Notice those two strong, solid sitting bones representing one or two parts of you. You have two main parts of you, the left side and the right side. Maybe shift your weight a little bit from side to side, just to notice that there are two main parts of you, left, right, black, white, yin, yang. And when those two parts balance and work well together as a team, good things happen. Solid partnership, solid partnership. So the left side and the right side have to show up equally to create a solid partnership in your body. And then if you want to, you can bring your fingers or your awareness to the crown of the head, maybe touch the crown of your head. When you were a baby, there was an opening there. So you can use your fingers to kind of imagine, open that, create that opening again, and which allows or simplifies the connection to the universe. And maybe it gets a little bit easier to hear guidance from above. And then if you want to, you can imagine how you're drop down like 2 inches to your midbrain, or your mind's eye. So with your regular eyes closed, what can you see? What can you see? What does your mind's eye show you? Maybe imagining light. Even if you don't see it, you can still imagine it. Or just allow something to come. Might be nothing. And then if you want to place your hands on your knees, and then gently start the cat-cow movement. Waking up the spine, the physical spine and the spiritual spine. Exhale and round. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale around. Breath and body working together as a solid partnership. Showing up for each other. And then eventually finding your way back to neutral, balance, or peace. And then add some blinking, bubbling stars. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten those elbows. Breathe. Maybe side bend. Open up the sides of the body. Right lung, left lung. And then if you want to, you can reach. And then ask yourself, what are you reaching for? Are you reaching, or whatever you're reaching for, is it going to cause you pain? pleasure, or peace? Pain, pleasure, or peace? What are you reaching for? Maybe I reach for something, I bring it down, and I realize, oh, this causes too much pain. I can let it go. Bye-bye. Maybe I reach for something that gives me pleasure, but it's too much pleasure. And then I can say, thank you, and I can let it go. And then maybe I reach for something else, and that brings me peace. And that I'm going to hold on to. Bring the arms up, turn to one side, let the fingertips move away from each other. Breathe into the manubrium in between the collarbones. Maybe look behind you. What did you learn from the past? What did you learn about yourself from the past? And then release, shake it out. Maybe lift the shoulders a few times. Lift, release, lift, release, lift, release. And then add some more blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, straighten the elbows. Breathe. Feel that fresh air entering your lungs. And then maybe do some side stretching, stretching the left lung and the right lung. Maybe a reach. Notice what color are you reaching for? What color are you reaching for? Maybe try a new color that you don't usually pick. And then turn to the other side, let the fingertips move away from each other. Look behind you. What worked in the past? What worked well for you in the past? And then release. Lift the shoulders. And then look at your thumb. Pick a color and draw 3 circles. 3, 2, 1. And then look at the other thumb, 3 circles. 3, 2, 1. And back to neutral. This time, place your arms in cactus and then gently twist from side to side. Notice how your feet are connecting to the earth and helping in this motion. So your entire body is engaged here. Maybe reaching forward, maybe you're going swimming. It's wet today, it's fairly warm outside. I took Ginger to the beach this morning. I woke up early. It was wet. And then swim backwards. And then back to neutral. And then let the knee connect to elbow. Knees and elbows are very similar. And they like each other. Connect, connect. And then maybe try the opposite. Engaging the core, pit of the belly goes in and up. Knee and elbow connecting. Maybe you want to try and connect both elbows and both knees at the same time. And then come back to neutral. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Turn the hands over. Straighten the elbows. Breathe. Really feel how the palms of the hand are facing up. And then release the fingertips. Let the fingers go out wide. Inhale and turn the palms up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale round. And then bring your hands behind you, holding on to opposite elbows. Now, find a place of tightness. And maybe if you want to, you can imagine that or think about that tightness as a story stuck in the body. And then with a curious mind, no judgment, a curious mind, explore that story. Listen to it, feel it, and then eventually release it. Listen to it, feel it, and release. And then let one arm go, shake it out, bring it up, place the hand in between your shoulder blades, supporting your own heart, So when the heart feels the support from the spine, it can release back and soften. So a solid partnership between the spine and the heart. Release the other hand, bring it up, and add some more support to your heart. And then release both arms, shake it out. And then this time, if you want to, you can place your feet as wide or like outside the mat, so a little bit wider. And then bring your awareness back to your sitting bones, move from side to side. And then start creating circles. And sometimes we might ask ourselves, am I just trying the same thing over and over again, waiting for or hoping for different results? That's Einstein's definition of insanity. Am I just trying the same thing over and over again, not creating anything new? Maybe I tried the other way, but I'm still stuck in the circle or the cycle. I'm still stuck in the cycle. So am I willing to try something else? Maybe move back and forth or sideways, but the other side. Sometimes we just can try anything else, like anything else. If the recipe I have is not working, just trying anything else might help. And then coming back to neutral, bring your feet together, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, and then lifting that right knee off the floor. Opening up the hip joint, can go the other way. And then stepping out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, lengthen the spine. Feel the pit of the belly goes in and up, in and up. Breathe. You can stay here, you can release the hands down, you can walk your fingers forward, maybe behind you. Maybe to the side. Notice where your stories are stuck and how can you move to release them. We all have stories stuck in different places, and that's why we move in different ways. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, place that foot on the knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Sitting up tall, maybe let that elbow guide the knee out wide. And then slide the knees together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and turn away from the knees. Look behind you. What worked well in the past? What worked well in the past? And then release, come back to neutral, and then lift the other knee up, creating big circles, allowing or moving in ways so we can release some of those stories that are stuck, some of those stories that are stuck. Am I willing or am I ready to release some of those stories? And then step out wide, knees, elbows to knees, fingertips together, pit of the belly goes in and up. Breathe. And then release down. Maybe this time you place one hand under your face and then let the other one go up high, high, high. So one part of you is connecting to the earth and another one is connecting to the universe, pushing into the base of the big toe. And then release and then shift. So the other hand is on the earth, connecting to the earth, and the opposite hand is reaching up towards the universe. And then release down, drop the head, let the head be super heavy. Inhale, come back up. And then place the left foot on the right knee. Use your fingertips to open up the toes. Maybe let that knee or use the elbow to guide the knee out wide. What stories are you ready to release? What stories are you ready to release? And then slide the knees together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and turn away from those knees. Look behind you. What didn't work in the past? What didn't work in the past? What do you not want to repeat? And then release and come back to neutral. Now, sit a little bit further back, getting ready for some leg work. Okay, here we go. Transfer the weight forward and up, and then go up and down. Maybe lift one leg, lift the other. Just barely touch the chair, stay there, pit of the belly goes in and up. Maybe bring the arms forward or out to the side, maybe behind you. Shifting weight from one knee or one leg to the other. Maybe you want to jump. Maybe you pick a number. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come down and rest a moment, shake it out, and then come all the way up to standing. Okay, let's do some blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over. Straighten those elbows. And then do some side bending. And then reach. And what are you reaching for? So when you get what you reach for, does it cause you pain, pleasure, or peace? Pain, pleasure, or peace. Maybe you want to try and reach for something where you haven't tried before. And then bring the arms up, turn to the right, let the fingertips move away from each other, look behind you, breathe into those shoulders. And release. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over. Reach. And pay attention. Be mindful. What are you reaching for? Maybe you want to bend the knees and reach for something in a direction you haven't tried before. Maybe you want to go down. Or maybe under the chair. And then reaching all the way up, turn to the other side, let the fingertips move away from each other. Look behind you. Look at all the things you learned, all the things you already know. And then release. Okay, now look at your thumb, pick a color. 3, 2, 1. And then look at the other thumb, pick another color. 3, 2, 1. And then let the arms go, let the arms go. And then add the knees, add the knees. And then eventually, maybe you feel curious enough to leave the mat. And then coming into cactus, swimming forward, swimming backwards, maybe swim to the side, and the other side. And then eventually knee and elbow want to connect. Knee and elbow want to connect. And then placing your hands on your hips and then wake up the hamstrings. Wake up the hamstrings. Sometimes we need a kick in the butt to get off that mat. How do I bring my yoga on the mat, off the mat? And then come to stillness And then move from side to side, lifting the leg, working on the external support. External support. With external support, life is easier, huh? So this community is, for me at least, part of my external support. And then balance and lift that leg up, holding it up there. Both external hips are strengthening. And then try the other side. And then back to neutral. Now, this time, open up the fingers. Think about something that is no longer useful, a story that is no longer useful. And then push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away. And then it's going to want to come back into your life, and it's going to be hard to resist. Oh, but you can do it. So push it away, push it away, push it away. And it's going to want to come back, and it's hard to resist. And you, once again, you can push it away, push it away, push it away. And eventually that story is going to dissolve into thin air. Maybe you need to kick it away a little bit. Kick it away, kick it away. Maybe it needs some side kicks too. And behind you. And then eventually you can release, and the story is gone. The story is gone. That's when we invite the sun back in. So let's do 3 sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. And then stay there for a moment, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. You are trying your best. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. One step at a time. And release. Okay, now let's do the step backs. So big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, the right heel comes off. Take a big step back. Find the earth behind you with the toes and the heels. The hips are facing forward. So square hips facing forward. Warrior one. Warrior one is checking things out. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over. Breathe. Release the fingertips out wide. And then place your hands in your back pockets. From here, transfer the weight forward. Hold on to the chair, lift the back foot up. Let the toes point down. Opposite heel comes off the chair. Maybe reach it forward. Maybe let knee and elbow connect and lengthen. Connect and lengthen. Maybe you want to take the bind. Ooh. Then bring the feet back together. Bend the knees and come up, back up to standing. Let's try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. Find the earth behind you with the toes and then the heels. Hips are square, facing forward. Warrior one is checking things out. Add some blinking, bubbling stars. Clasp the hands, turn them over. Straighten the elbows. Let the fingertips move far away, far away. And then place your hands in your back pockets. Notice how the spine is moving forward to support the heart. The spine is moving forward to support the heart. Transfer the weight forward, hold on to the chair, lift the back foot up, let the toes point down. Opposite hand goes off the chair. Maybe reach it forward. Maybe let knee and elbow connect and lengthen. Connect and lengthen. Maybe take the bind. And then release back, feet to Tadasana feet, bend the knees and come back up to standing. Okay, let's step back to warrior two. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves, creating a warrior two. So now we're moving up the chakras and opening up for creativity. Second chakra, hips are open and we are creating ideas, babies, businesses, artwork, classes. One arm in the past, one in the future. You are right here in the present moment. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What worked in the past? What worked well in the past? And then take that with you into the future. How can I use that in the future? And then come back up to the present moment. I'm right here. I'm right here. What's the first step I could take, or the first action I could take? Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand down, creating Trikonasana. What kind of star are you? What kind of star are you? Bend the front knee, come back up to warrior two, place the hands on the chair, and then lift that foot up, connect to the earth and the universe, earth, sky, earth, sky. Maybe you want to hold it there, maybe bend the back knee, maybe take the bind here. And then bring the feet together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. And let's try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves, creating warrior two. So we're on the second chakra here, second chakra, creativity. I have the right to feel and create. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What worked well in the past? What worked well in the past? And then bring that with you into the future. How can I use that going forward? Coming back to the present moment. What is the first thing I can do? What is the tiniest little baby step I can do today? Hands on your hips, straighten the front hand. Let the hands slide down, creating Trikonasana. Trikonasana. Hands are moving away from each other, neck is long, right hip is going back. Rebend the front knee, come back to the present moment. What am I ready to do today? What am I ready to do today? Then place the hands on the chair, lift that toe up or leg up, connect to earth and the sky. Earth and the sky. Earth and the sky. Maybe hold it, maybe bend. Maybe take the same hand off the chair. Maybe take the bite. And then release the feet back together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. Balancing, starting in mountain posture, steady, stable, balanced. And then transfer your weight to the left, right heel comes off. So one part of you is very strong and stable, and the other one is curious, playful. What is it? And then you can start to create. So when you have one part that's stable and one that's very curious, what can you create? What can you create? What color is your creation? And then taking a break, finding your way back. Feel the steadiness of being completely balanced. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Now the other side of you is stable and steady. And the opposite side can be curious. And together they create. Together they create. What do they create? Maybe they create a version of a traditional tree posture. Still your version of it. Maybe they create a warrior three. Still your version of it. Or maybe they create something no one has never seen before. And eventually bringing the feet back together, landing in Tadasana, mountain posture, complete balance. Okay. Bring the feet a little wider than your hips, hands on the chair, spread the toes, release the knees down. Look at the thumb. Big circle, let the thumb touch or connect to the heel, connect to the heel. And then come back, look at the other thumb, big circle. Connect to the heel. And come back, both thumbs, big creations. Place your hands in your back pocket. Where would your heart take you? Where would your heart take you? Imagine an arrow breaking the cycle, an arrow breaking the cycle. And then release into child's posture. Come back up. Create that stable triangle. So clasp the hands, create the triangle, tuck the toes, lean into your support, lift the knees off the floor, and then walk the feet forward. Armpits towards your feet, dolphin posture. And then bend the knees and come back up to standing. Okay. Now, when the physical practice, what that does, it often helps the mind and the body to reconnect. Good both for anxiety and depression. And now when maybe we are a little bit more connected, it's easier to have a meaningful meditation. So I'm going to read this again. Your true person. Often we live a life of compromise so that there's peace in the house. We buy a small piece so that we can get through the day. And if we live like that, then we aren't a great person, but a cracked vase unable to contain the rice soup. If we want to be a great Dharma instrument, then we have to be determined not to let other people trick us. The true person doesn't go looking for an outside master. We are in charge of our own destiny, and we have to be responsible for each of our words, thoughts, and actions. Mindfulness will help. Then we realize, I am thinking like this. I'm responsible for these thoughts. I've spoken like that. I'm responsible for my words. I'm doing this, and I'm responsible for this action. We have to know that each word, each thought, each of our actions carries our signature. We are responsible for it, and that is called being in charge of ourselves. Okay, now let's meditate for about 6-7 minutes. So sitting up tall. I will play the ball when we're done. Sitting up tall, connect to the earth, pit of the belly goes in and up, crown of the head is reaching high. Maybe placing the hands on your knees. Your eyes can be closed or slightly open. And then maybe dropping from the crown of the head, dropping down a few inches, down to your mind's eye. And see if you can get any guidance to the question or the idea of the true person. Who is the true person in you? Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, gently move your head from side to side. Take a big breath in. Let it go. If you want to, you can place your hands in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. And gently bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guides, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.